Welcome back, episode 26 of Revisited. I think it's 26. Did we just?
Oh my goodness!
I'm back to my old tricks. What the? 26 parentheses 27. Let's go back to Oceanus. We haven't talked about him in a while. We haven't talked through him in a while. We've heard literally 2 seconds of this, and we were already like, "Oh no, this is probably not what we want to do today."
I realized that Revisited is just like a vessel for us to complain and whine about.
You
things.
just realized it?
It's things that we just don't like. It's ridiculous. I'm just like, yeah, Bakugo, let's finally take this mom down. I'm like, finally take him down. Wait a minute. We should be taking down the video and the arguments and things like that. But yeah, not a big fan of Bakugo.
Yeah. If anybody is listening through us throughout our channel, we're not a big fan of the push. And, you know, the push is a wrestling term where somebody gets pushed into the main event or whatever, winning titles, what have you. The push in the instance when we talk about it means that they're just trying to ram it into the audience's head of, hey, like this character, like this person, we're going to showcase them so you do like them. You get that with Bakugo. You'll get that with Harley Quinn, something like that, where it's just like keep pushing until somebody likes it. Captain Marvel, that's another one. Just keep trying, and the push just
it sours me so much because I'm like, let me like them on my own
organically.
Yes.
Let me decide to like them. Don't tell me to like them.
Showcase certain things about the character and then go, hey, do you like them? Do you want to see more of them? And then just give them more equivalent to other characters. I understand that Bakugo is the second main character and all that, but he's gotten so very, very much. Too much.
And I just realized Revisited, just like your revelation, I just realized Revisited is like, Revisited is like the anti-push show of ours. Yeah. Where, because YouTubers keep trying to push an agenda of like Fate in Part 5 and blah, and we're just like, oh no. So yeah, we're just anti-push. And I'm anti-heavy push, like a heavy-handed push. I don't mind a push.
Yeah, because the Ida arc with Stain, that was a push, but you know, Bakugo gets like double that, and Todoroki gets like double that. Ida got his one little moment, then he has little smaller moments here and there, and that's what I think you're supposed to be doing with characters like that. But Bakugo is
not
just
like a Red Riot.
Bam. Yeah, exactly.
Red Riot is getting a push, and it's just like
he's getting huge moments. So
consistently.
For the sake of figuring out exactly what he's talking about, I looked back to the manga to see where it was, just so we can be like, hey, I don't know what he's talking about or what we know. So it was taking place like right in the middle of the Ida fight of the joint training arc.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like 4 chapters before the Bakugo 2 chapters stomp down. See, crap like that. He's just like, yeah, stay back, everybody. And he just blows everybody away. Like, yeah. And people who like Bakugo, of course, they're going to be like, yeah. But everybody else, well, like,
why couldn't that be somebody else?
Yes, and that's the biggest thing.
We have a class of, 15 students? Why not one of them? When is Mina going to get her moment? Oh, she got close to it. And then they were just like, no.
But no.
Red Riot. Let's calm it down there.
Even going over to the freaking fan wank fest of the second movie, where it was just the Bakugo show, and to the point where spoilers.
The Baku show.
I almost said that. It almost came out of my mouth. Oh, dude.
The Bakugo show.
Yes. But yeah.
Like Phil tried to say Pandalene, I was with a woman.
But yeah, that whole movie, I'm just shaking my head like, course.
Another one.
It isn't interesting. We got it. That's the biggest thing with pushes. We got it.
Mm-hmm. So, let's just get into it.
Morally questionable characters are a weird thing.
I'm already pausing. I shouldn't be pausing already. Morally questionable characters are not a weird thing. Their morals are questionable, and the result of what they do you agree with it or don't you?
Doing good things in a wrong way, doing bad
Anti-heroes,
things in a good way,
anti-villains.
things like that. You can, as long as you see their perspective, you can be like, okay, yeah,
I see why they're doing the things that they do.
You may not like it or anything, but you go, okay, I can sympathize, relate, whatever, understand, whatever you got to do. But once you lose those things, then you're like, well, what's going on here?
On one hand, they, due to their morality, often end up being characters that we, as allegedly morally upstanding people, should condemn and dislike. On the
No, he's. I thought that was Guts for a second, and I'm like, no, I can see the Punisher score, but yeah, Punisher is killing bad people, for the most part.
And you can go, is it worth killing bad people? Is he doing a actual good thing by not letting these pieces of get on the ground? But then there's also the question of, well, what if it's somebody that's just like down on their luck and you're killing them?
Yeah. And there's also the fact that, hey, this is just a dude. He's probably got a kid at home. You got to think about things like that.
But then you look at a character like the Joker, and is he killing the next potential Joker, or is he just killing some dude trying to get by with his family? Yeah, see, that's the type of stuff where you're not supposed to agree with it, but you can also look at it from both perspectives. I feel like that's looking a little bit under surface level, and that's perfectly fine. I think everybody should look a little bit under the surface. See that this deep dive garbage that so many YouTubers do, where it's just like, they wiggled their toes and that equates to, and it's just like, no, dude.
Yeah, you gotta chill out with that.
You gotta chill with that type of stuff, but just like morally questionable characters,
because you can disagree with people doing good things for good reasons as well,
or bad things for bad reasons.
Yeah.
So you can disagree or agree with any of this. It means nothing. Also, why has his delivery gotten drier?
He's slotted into a mode, into the YouTuber mode of, just calm down here. But then when you look at like his Q&A, he's
animated, and
why not?
Because I told you, this is what YouTubers think. It's like an objectivity, the delivery that they do. It's trash. Like, I don't care how you're voicing. But then people come to our channel, and we're very animated and stuff, and people are like, well, it's just two dudes yelling. No, it's two dudes with passion behind their words and inflections, and not going, I disagree there, Svit. You see, when you were talking about...
That'd be insufferable, especially for like 3-hour chunks that we do.
Yeah,
how can we stay like middle of the road for that long? No,
I would put myself to sleep. Like, I got no time for that.
On the other hand, it's quite often these very characters that end up being extremely popular. It's not uncommon to see the #1 popularity spot for any given series be dominated not by the protagonist, but by an anti-hero.
Luffy, Kakashi was on there a bunch as #1.
Ippo, Ichigo, except the one time I think Ukiura made it, but he was just a straight bad guy.
Natsu's #1, very good. No, there was only one popularity poll, and I think he was #1.
Yeah,
I remember there was some contentions there. And
Dr. Stone, Eye Shield 21. The list goes on. People do like the side darker character, but Asta's the #1 voted, and not even #2 a lot of times. He's like 3rd or 4th. A lot of time is Yami. So, you're taking like one example of this,
and one example from a couple of popularity polls but there's other ones where Naruto was #1. Let me look this up.
Yeah, I'm almost certain Naruto won more #1. I know the last like 4, Sasuke was just like, oh, none of that Naruto. But before that, I think it was fairly Naruto. But again, My Hero is like a direct 1-to-1 to Naruto, and it's following very much the same things of like the dude over there is being, and I don't even think
first popularity poll, Kakashi, Naruto, Sasuke. Second, Naruto, Kakashi, Iruka.
Iruka, really?
Third, Kakashi, Naruto, Iruka. What the it says Iruka?
He believed in Naruto when nobody else did.
4th, Naruto, Kakashi, Sasuke. 5th, Sasuke, Naruto, Kakashi. 6th, Sasuke, Kakashi, Deidara.
Because that was right after during that fight. It had to be.
Data book poll: Kakashi, Naruto, Sasuke.
10th anniversary.
Naruto, Shika, Hinata. What is these? 7th, Naruto, Sasuke, Kakashi. And that's it. So Sasuke won like twice.
3 times, I think. And he was outside of the top 3 like 4 times. So, no, even with this, I can't really say that.
Such is the case with My Hero Academia's very own Katsuki Bakugo,
100%,
an explosive bully whose first defining actions in the show include telling Deku, the protagonist, to kill himself due to
Clap, fans, clap, because him changing.
Yeah, here comes the redemption. That's what we're waiting for. That's what we're getting.
And
that's why you know it's good that he goes from this to this, and then that's good. Okay, no, so stop. And no, but then you get more and more and more. That's the problem. He could have stopped because, for all intents and purposes, Todoroki stopped. He gets things here and there. And like this last couple chapters, he's just like, I'm here, and then he just cools down Endeavor, and then that's all he does. Why are you there? Anyway, whatever. But yeah, he is there a lot, but he doesn't really do anything. Bakugo gets a lot of spotlight.
Like the school festival where it's just like it's really supposed to be a Jiro thing, but it's like no, Bakugo needs to pump everybody up.
That was the time where I was just like, this. Why are you doing this?
The makeup practical exam or whatever, and it's just like Bakugo's directed everybody of how to deal with the kids, and again, Bakugo moment. Bakugo, everybody turns to Bakugo to go, it's Bakugo, and it's tiring. You know, we have a friend that really likes Bakugo, and we were discussing these very same things with him, and he just went, I like him.
I like Bakugo.
I like him, and I like the moment because I don't feel the push. You don't feel the push because you like him. Yeah. Anybody that's middling or don't like him feels that push so heavy. Now, there was a moment I really liked Bakugo, and it was just like, I'm not going to become a villain, because
that's great.
That was the one amazing Bakugo moment to me. Or a time he was amazing.
But before that, it was all just, Bakugo's cool. You know, top 5 or whatever. Mm-hmm. He's in there. But then he's just like, it's the push. And you go, no, we got it. He's this character. I also did, get this trash off my neck.
Dude, that was great.
Him not wanting to win just
that way.
Because Todoroki wasn't fighting his hardest. That's good stuff.
More stuff like that. I need to be the best.
Why can't other characters get stuff like that? Freaking Tail dude just walks in the room like, I quit. And that's all he got.
He was like, I didn't want to win this way. And then Bakugo did the same thing, but better.
On a grander stage.
Stole his
with
whole
more
shine.
time. And also, let's talk about this title for a second.
We're not even a minute in, by the way.
What? I don't care. What expectations? That's his own. He's putting his own expectations on it.
I was waiting for Oceanus to get to that so I could talk about that. But yeah, it's only what he himself expects. And, everybody is just like, wow, that kid is really good. Yeah. But nobody's like, you're going to be a top hero. A lot of people are like, you need to change your attitude or you're not going to be a top hero.
He's not coming from a famous line of heroes or anything. He's coming from a crap school, so he's putting this expectation on himself. So that's an internal thing as opposed to an external. So what?
But maybe that's not his point. Maybe it is about we'll see.
Being his lack of superpowers in a superhuman society. This should, by this description at least, be a character that is unanimously hated. Yet Bakugo finds himself.
He was, and then he wasn't.
Consistently at the top of popularity polls.
Yeah, because he changed. Hothead. He's a very likable archetype. I'll say that. If you dig this character, you're gonna dig him.
Beginning and
yeah.
only really been the case ever since the manga reached a specific moment in the story. What moment is that, and how did it turn a bully into an all-time favorite? Let's
All time?
He's been number one in all the popularity polls.
Yeah. For My Hero.
I think he means all time in My Hero. But then again, we don't know that because My Hero isn't over yet.
talk about it. If there is a single word that should define Katsuki Bakugo, then it would have to be expectation. From a
This is very much
What?
what's the iPad before it was just like something through struggle, growth through struggle. And it's just like, what are you talking about? Maybe he's talking about the audience expectation of what Bakugo should be. And because he's not that, we're getting something different. And so our expectations were once again subverted
But no!
into greatness.
But then that's just our
Thank you, Last Jedi.
But then that's just our own expectations. He's not crushed by it because he's not influenced by us.
Yeah, I don't.
Things happen and we interpret it a certain way. So he can't be crushed by our expectations.
Or can he?
very young age, Bakugo was constantly confronted with it. Once his superpower, or quirk, manifested at the age of 4, the people around him began praising and grooming him as the obvious next great
The teachers were being super nice.
Yes, to a kindergartner.
Wow.
Of course they are.
That's a really good power. I'm sure you're gonna be strong someday, Bakugo.
I'm sure Tape Dude got the same thing and he sucks.
0. But then Bakugo's just like, wow, I am amazing. And then it was just
He didn't take it and just go, hey, I'm gonna be humble and work hard. No, he's like, no, I am amazing.
And his group of friends were like, wow, you are amazing. And the reason he hates Deku is because despite being amazing, Deku is still worrying about him and trying to be his friend. And he's just like, I'm not about that because you're not amazing. Why are you helping me, the amazing one? It's not about hindered by expectation. He's an egomaniac.
Yes.
His quirk allows him to secrete nitroglycerin-like sweat from his hands and then detonate it at will. This is a deceptive.
Dude, this delivery is so dry.
That's fine. He's got a little bit of ocean behind him. He can wet it a little bit whenever he wants. He's gonna get to the point where he comes up, and then we're like, okay, that's why he got popular.
This is a deceptively simple power with an incredible amount of potential and flexibility. So it's easy to see why both the adults
Can I just say, I feel like all powers have a potential amazement. Like the Invisible Girl, she's not really invisible. She like bends light.
Yeah.
And that could be potentially amazing. Oh, did I tell you my theory that she's the traitor?
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I feel like she's the traitor. I feel like the traitor is gonna be somebody that's quasi strong, but you don't realize how strong they are. A lot of people were talking like they would love that Great Rush would be but it's like he's not strong. Like legitimately, he's just not strong. It's not gonna happen that way. Invisible Girl, she can go in and out of areas. Yeah. I'm telling you, that's the traitor. That's the one telling the people all this.
But yeah, there was like a little thing really early in My Hero where it was like some people think that they can just control water and it's just a simple quirk, but then no, it's actually that they control the molecules in the air and then it becomes something else. So yeah, most things can be impressive. Like
gravity could be ridiculous high key, like
yeah, but also we're looking at it in the lens of hero as a big circle. There's different sets of heroes. There's like the punchy heroes and the rescue heroes, things like that. Somebody like Froppy, she's not gonna be the punchy hero, but she's gonna be amazing when a boat sinks or when you gotta lift up some rubble and stuff like that.
in Bakugo's life, as well as his peers, start to envy and praise the child for having been born.
Who envies? Wow, that was a bad edit, dude.
That's fine.
You're trying to loop this, and that was just bad. Who envies him?
Deku.
No, he goes, Bakugo's amazing.
I think it's just a blanket envy of he has a power and I don't.
So Deku envies everybody. So who is his peers that's envying him specifically?
Didn't he have like a weird like horse friend or something that was just like, wow, Bakugo, your powers are great?
Yeah, that's praising him. Where's the envy?
An obviously OP power.
It's not obviously OP. It could have been terrible.
Yeah, he could also just not know how to control it. In times of cold, when he needs to sweat, it's gonna be a problem.
So he's probably gonna need something that's costume where it's just like, I need heat generating at all times.
Yeah, I think later he gets like an insulated outfit or something like that. But yeah, something like Mirio. Again, that's like, wow, that's an amazing power. But if you can't use it, you ain't...
Like his dad was just like, I give up. I'm not trying this. This is terrible.
I can die.
But Mirio's like, let's go. I'm gonna keep training in this. Yeah, it's not obviously OP.
And as he grew older, bathing in that reverence and praise, all the while developing his quirk and step by step tapping into its full potential, he began to believe them.
He believed them from the very beginning. Yeah. In this scene you're showing right now, he goes, wow, these people are all praising. I am amazing. From the beginning. Not when he got older. From the start. He is an egomaniac. Dude.
That he was the greatest. That there was no one more amazing than him. And that he would, with basically no real competition, be able to surpass and follow up on the legacy of the current #1 superhero in the world, the invincible All Might. The consequences of this upbringing should have been obvious from the start. A child that is constantly built up and complimented, not for its actions, but simply for its innate abilities and attributes, will naturally develop a certain sense of innate superiority.
Naturally, based on what? Because of this happened?
Nope. Look at Momo. Her ability is amazing. She trained so hard at it. She was she didn't have to do the test. She got recommended to the school. And she didn't have an innate superiority complex. She's helping people with their studies and everything. She's mad humble. If anything, she's insecure.
Absolutely insecure. She doesn't even believe in herself, despite all the praises she gets. She has a legit OP ability. It's just like, I don't know, guys. I can't. And her confidence is shaking and everything. Todoroki, he was bred to be what he is, and he's just like, I'm rebelling against all of that. He doesn't believe he's vastly superior to everybody else. Like, no, you can't say this based on the series we currently have.
Authority, since it cannot attribute the praise to anything else. This reached a concerning extreme level once he began connecting the dots and came to the conclusion that a hero's worth, or a person's worth in general, was strictly tied to their ambition and, more importantly, to their ability to win and achieve that ambition.
What was this? When did this happen?
This happened. Don't you remember it happening?
No. Because then why would he still hate Deku? Why did he hate Deku after he got his power? And it was just like, you now have the ability to achieve your great ambitions. But it's just like,
and
no.
he has to drive too because he's breaking his fingers and his arms and crap constantly. But then he does stuff. You're right. It's a very good point.
So he, of course, begins to hate and bully Deku, since he's the embodiment of Bakugo's idea of a person with no worth, since he literally has no power. And
that's a terrible thing to do because he doesn't have no worth. Like All Might said, if you want to help people, just become a policeman or a firefighter or something. He doesn't have no worth, and for Bakugo to just assume that and bully him for that
and tell him to kill himself,
that's terrible. And he doesn't really apologize.
Not a once. Just, I'm gonna be greater than you.
In a lesser story, this is where his character synopsis would most likely end.
Huh? What? Based on what?
Yeah.
Like, tell me a story. You said like most stories. Tell me one. Draco Malfoy?
I was just about to say Draco grew from that.
And that man is a legit piece of until he ain't. Even his father. Who are you talking about? Where are you getting this from? Oceanus, please explain. See, this is the type of stuff I hate YouTubers doing, where it's like, most stories would do this, but they cite no example because it's not actually true.
I'm trying to think, and I can't. What thing just goes? Wow, look at that bully. He got his comeuppance, and now he slinks into the shadows.
A side character, absolutely. Some rank and file bully where it's just like ReZero, the 3 bullies that kept bullying him, where it's just like, yeah, okay, they're bullies. That's the beginning and end of their synopsis. But for the second main character,
maybe no, because that's a joke character. I was about to say the Seko in Black Clover, the dude that can make bronze and goes haha, but he's a joke character. There's no real growth there. But then he did have moments of heroism in stuff that you haven't seen yet.
oh no, I'm all caught up.
Oh, word.
Yeah, I'm caught
Yeah.
up.
So yeah, he has had those moments. But yeah, I can't think of really anything.
Most series though.
Most series. I mean,
Not even Naruto.
I was about to say not even but then not the
Yeah, he would
bullying
never.
part.
No, I'm talking about like Sasuke, where it's just
Yeah.
like, you suck, you suck, fat penis, and it's just like, you're my best friend. Dude, I legit have nothing.
Yeah.
I legitimately have nothing.
I mean,
Leave in the comments the character.
yeah, I guess. I mean, even like something like My Little Pony, there's like a direct opposition to the main character who was also like, hey, she's from a young age, she's been really, really good at magic. But she got defeated and then redeemed. And that's in a kid's show. I got nothing.
Also, how did this math equation equate to bullying? When bullying comes from many different things. Not just you're powerless or you're worthless because you have no power.
How about he just a piece of garbage? Because he treats people with great power the same way, as though they're underneath him.
Bakugo is a bully. Deku learns to stand up to him, eventually defeats him in one-on-one. The end.
There are things.
What are you talking about?
There's plenty of things like that.
Who are you talking to?
There's plenty of things, stories like that. The examples are innumerable. It's like going,
Almost
hey,
endless.
It's like going, hey, name an anime with the sky. Well, there's so many.
It's
I
like,
can't even name anything.
Hey, name a Shonen Jump title. Oh, wow. I guess I could just out my pocket all these examples I could pull out.
Would still be no trace of that one moment that explains Bakugo's popularity. But of course,
Dude, his editing, what's going on?
His editing was pretty poor, but this is mad early Ocean, so
Wasn't this done a year ago?
no, it's not in 2018.
It's like a year and a half ago.
It's almost 2 years. I think it was October 2018.
Okay. Even so, the Brilliance of Golden Wind didn't have mistakes like this. There's just a lot of mistakes.
My Hero Academia and Kohei Horikoshi we are dealing with. So as always, there is more than initially meets the eye.
Wow.
No, it's not always.
Wow.
What more is there to Sugar Rush to them meets the eye? Oh, we ain't got it. We saw his room for like a minute and then we pieced out. Don't attribute to him like he's some sort of genius. He focuses on what he wants to focus on.
Like he's some sort of genius. You know who there was a lot more going on for? Twice.
Rip.
R.I.P.
I will never understand Himiko just freaking out, and then the next time we see her, she's fine. What happened? I understand it's a big old war thing, all things going on here, and here, but that seems like something that's mad important.
Let's go deeper.
See, that's what I just said. I just need that little bit under the surface. That deep dive stuff is almost always pure speculation. I'm just pulling this from the rectum.
Or regurgitation.
Like a piecemeal where it's just like a puzzle. I'm going to take a little from over here, a little from over here.
Everything that supports my argument, I'll take it.
The difference between every angry anime boy ever and this...
Vegeta? That's where his story ends?
Yep.
He beat Vegeta, and then the story concluded for Vegeta.
Yep,
that was the end of Vegeta!
Yep, that was most certainly it. He flew off in his space pod, never to be seen again.
What is this?
Vegeta's just an angry anime boy. Just like all the rest of them.
That never get any, like most of them, where they never get any conclusion beyond being beaten and the end.
Please show Sasuke next.
This blonde ball of boom is that while writing Bakugo, Horikoshi absolutely considered the double-edged nature of compliments. When someone comes up...
What?
But again, that was explored maybe twice or 3 times with Momo, where we're constantly getting this drilled in. Have we seen Momo as a kid? We might have in like a flashback of her. I think we did when she was doing the little dolls.
Maybe. Couldn't you say the exact same for Vegeta? Shower compliments all his life. Frieza's favorite, all this extra stuff, which led to him being this egomaniac. And then redemption. Like, they all get.
They all get, because they're the whole...
Except go ahead.
It bullies and then it's over. That I can't think of anything.
Yeah, it's just in Oceanus' mind where it's just like, oh, their story concluded.
That's it.
You just cut out, 85% of the manga. And their story concluded.
Tells you, hey, you're really great. There are not 1, but 2 messages you receive from that statement.
No, it's not. It's a compliment. Take the compliment. It's only if you interpret it a certain way. Just like when you were talking about, like, we were talking about this. We don't like compliments. You were the one talking about you feel like they're watching you and stuff, and you got to live up to their expectations. Yeah. I don't feel that way. It's just like, it's a compliment. I just don't take it well.
For me, compliments is just like, hey, good job. And now this good job, that's your bottom. You go anywhere beneath that, there's a problem here.
You're getting the side eye.
Yeah, exactly. So that's
what he's talking about with the double-edged nature. But you're not getting that. Not everybody is built the same. Yeah. So, again, whatever.
There is the obvious compliment of, hey, you are great, of course, and that is what a healthy mind will mostly concentrate on. But there is a second aspect that you can hear out of it.
He's saying you have a healthy mind. Which is factual. You spent like 40 minutes from one thing to the sun.
It's a bit of a problem.
Perfect latch-on point for many anxieties. Every time someone says you are great, they are, in a way, also saying, with how great you are, it would be really bad if you fucked up. Praise and
Yeah.
No.
I think so.
I think not. Press play.
No, because that's my whole thing. Yeah, they're going. You are a 8 or a 9. Why are you doing 6 work? I can see that.
But I feel like if everyone around you is doing consistently 5 to 6 work, if your worst is only as good as their best, it's still like, well, they're a really good worker.
Mm-hmm. But then there's also the thing of, well, you're supposed to be different from them. Why are you going down to their level?
I think it's more so.
It's always just a, what's the matter? Why aren't you doing as good of a job as normal?
Because, y'all.
Oh, man, I'm getting to that point at my job.
Because it's like work expects workers to always be at the 9 or the 10. But the way I look at it more is the fall of a 6 to a 2 is much less than a 9 to a 2. Mm-hmm. So absolutely. If they both hit that 2, it's just like, well, you were really great. What happened? As opposed to, a TV star that falls out of the limelight is not the same as a big movie star like the dude that was Two-Face in The Dark Knight, and then he was in I, Frankenstein, and then it's just like, what's he doing these days? It's not the same as like a Macaulay Culkin,
But the 6, the boss can go up to him like, yeah, that dude was always a bum. He was always a bit of a bum, so him doing bum work isn't exactly surprising.
Yeah, but bum work is so much different than not as great work. Mm-hmm. It's just like when we talk about shonen, when I talk about it being a marathon more than a sprint, and you start at that 6 and you get up to that 9, and then you're just like at a 7, 8 is good, whereas you start at that 9, you get to that 6, and I was just like, what the happened?
Expectations always create pressure.
No, not necessarily. Because a lot of people match those expectations, and then it's just like whatever. Like there's a freaking in Ippo, Brian Hawk. He has a lot of expectations for him, but he's just like whatever. Yeah. And Takamura has a lot of expectations, and he's just lollygagging through life for the most part until he's just like.
But then you got the serious Takamura. He's so great.
He's so great. And then you got something like Slam Dunk, where the main character he has a lot of expectations because he's tall and he can slam a basketball. He can slam dunk a basketball, but he knows about basketball. So he has a lot of expectations. He's like, I'm a ingenious until these people are dribbling around him. He's just like, whoops. Okay, whoops-a-daisical. I guess I got to learn a little bit more. And he's putting it's not even a pressure on him. It's the team is pressuring themselves to win this game against these people. And they win the game against the people and they lose the tournament. And it's just like, whatever, who cares? We beat the team we wanted to beat. Happy us.
Have we seen any of the, like, pressure getting to Yuno?
Not a second of it.
He's amazing. And he's just like, yep, I'm amazing. And y'all see this. Here comes the next Wizard King. Bow down.
Pressure to excel, to achieve, to win. And that is where Bakugo begins to stumble. You see, his bullying of Deku is...
Okay, again, Bakugo created these expectations on his own.
Yeah, he internalized that, hey, I'm amazing type of thing and turned it into him being a douche, whereas Momo turned it into hard work and being smart and being amazing and being helpful and being a nice person. Why did she take that praise and all that crap and take it to that lane and Bakugo take it to this lane?
Because he's a piece of
Because he's a piece of point blank period. 3-minute video.
as much a defense mechanism as it is an expression of his life philosophy. Because as lacking as Deku is in power, he is overflowing with ambition. No matter the obstacle, he is always looking forward and trying to grow. So Bakugo has to keep pushing him down, has to keep dragging him through the mud.
No, he doesn't. He can also move ahead next to him. Now, he doesn't have to bring him down. He doesn't have to be like, hey, you're coming up to a 7 and my normal is 7, so I'm going to push you back down to a 5. Why didn't he go up to an 8? Work harder, be better, not bring other people down.
Why are you bringing people down instead of excelling?
Yes. Why aren't you going, hey, everybody's doing amazing. I will also be amazing.
I will be more amazing.
No, you just tell him to kill himself before he reaches your level. Because you know he's going to surpass you if he does. And I'm not just going to try harder. I'll just make people not come up to my level.
I'll just make them feel bad about themselves and not try as hard. So I don't got to try as hard. So I'm naturally the best.
And this is a good character? No. Oh, but he changed. That's always the ending.
Also, he doesn't have to do that because I lost it. Like I lost it.
Because as long as Deku, the no-power loser, remains at the bottom, Bakugo's belief that his strength will always carry him to victory, while Deku's innate powerlessness will always leave him in the dirt, can survive. Of course,
What? You're already losing me, Oceanus. What are you doing? So, Bakugo real strong, Deku real weak. They both got real ambition. So, in order for Bakugo to keep feeling like him real strong, him need to Deku to make sure him know him real weak. Is that what you just told me?
That's what it's looking like.
Bakugo needs to be big strong. And everybody else needs to be big weak. Or else him don't feel big strong.
Yeah, or him get sad.
Clap for this character.
This is making me like him less.
Yeah. Crushed by expectation, so he's just gonna crush the next person?
Yes. Make them get crushed by expectation as well.
He bullied Deku because he could.
Because he had the power to.
And he felt embarrassed that Deku worried and cared about him. There's no power piece of So you, Deku.
Deku still doesn't give up, continues to try, and even attempts to befriend and help Bakugo.
Pause. Yes, and this is a positive for Deku. And a massive negative for Bakugo. Because instead of just accepting this and going, wow, he's trying his hardest, even though he's a piece of garbage. I need to try my hardest, even though I'm amazing. He goes, no.
All Might even says it. When you start at an 8, it's not gonna shine as much when you get to a 9 compared to dude that started at 4 getting to a 7. And Bakugo was still like, I'm not accepting that. Cause he's a, say it with me, piece of
Pursuit of the exact same goal, All Might's spot at the top. This, in turn, causes Bakugo to lash out against him even more violently, as he sees this act of ambition and friendliness as Deku trying to escape his predetermined place in the hierarchy.
Pause. Fate?
I was going the exact same way. You just love this predetermined bush.
Are we going into fate? Even here, even now? After all this time?
It can't be. We left part 5. This cannot be.
This struggle of his remains rather subconscious throughout his childhood and middle school years. His worldview rarely gets challenged, since he is the strongest, smartest, and overall best kid at school.
Pause.
And
Then why is he in a bum school?
Good point. Also, smartest?
I don't remember too much of the first little bit of arc, but
I can't imagine he's smarter than Deku.
oh, they do have the class ranking for smarts. Let me just look that up.
You know, Oceanus might be right, but you know, we have evidence, so
Let's
somebody's gonna be proven. I'm glad old dude in the motorcycle isn't rappity rap.
Man,
It's every day. Rappity rap. Woo. Okay.
yeah, I'm not saying anything, so you can just cut this out.
I mean, it depends on what I feel like doing. Maybe they'll hear this. Maybe they'll hear all this nonsense.
Oh no, Bakugo is a point ahead of Deku. Bakugo's 3.
Oh,
Deku's
I was
4.
thinking in the
Is this the mid? It says midterms of exams.
I was thinking the when they were in the bum school.
Oh, okay, okay.
But yeah, Momo's definitely smarter. When they get to the high, yeah, no, Momo's definitely smarter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I was just.
I'll say
I was just looking at like the evidence that we got.
Yeah.
This is what it says. He's a point ahead of him.
Point ahead of Deku, but still third place overall in the class. So there's at least 2 people smarter than him. As far as the actual bum school, we don't know.